All right, we're live. Football Guys Online Championship Fantasy Football Draft Review. I'm your host, Joe Carlton, and my guests tonight look a lot like the guests I had on last week. That's because it is Joey Brown and Mike Gamburg, and that is because Mike did a draft last night. We got him hooked on these shows, so here we are. He gave me a phone call today and was like, "Hey, we doing a show tonight, man? I did my draft last night. We got a board to go over." So here we are on Aces Up, episode 41. We'll analyze the draft. We'll get Mike's thoughts as he navigated through the draft. We'll get Joey's thoughts on some of the teams in this draft. How, we'll go round by round, analyze it a little bit. It's all coming up now. So enjoy the show. What's going on, fellas? How's the day been today for you guys?
Not been too bad.
Fantastic. Weather's good.
The weather was beautiful today.
Rain seems behind us, hopefully. And I got the itch. I got the itch for the head of COCs earlier than expected.
Would you expect hanging around with us?
I mean, I'll probably do what I did 13 last year. I'll probably get to 15. I'm doing the prime for the first time, and I'm going to do the silver bullet also for the first
nice. Time. Are we gonna get you to show up in New York?
It's a possibility. I'm looking. I got to figure out what I got to do with it's Labor Day weekend. So
yeah,
but I might get there.
Nice. Last year I took the train in the morning, and then I took the train home late at night. Kind of snoozed on the train ride home. It's the last stop, Boston, New York to Boston. Boston's the last stop on the Amtrak. So that's the route I go. It's only a 4-hour train ride. On the way there, I either do a some sort of draft, or I'm prepping so that when I get there, I'm ready to go. Everything's kind of sponged into my brain, the numbers, the plan. You know what pick you have going there, because they run the KDS 5 days before the draft. So you know what pick you have before you get there. So
you're not on a timer there. I mean, how do they do it? You just pick your guys and they put them up. Is it not a strict 1 minute or?
So Tom or a draft mediator. It's usually Tom though. But if there's two going on at once, you might not have Tom as your mediator. But he inputs them on a tab. You can bring up the draft board on your laptop or phone or whatever you want to draft on, and follow along. But I do suggest bringing all things you would bring to a live paper draft, checklist and stuff, because just in the event that you lose connection, or I know last year it's a lot of people connecting to one Wi-Fi. So, sometimes it could be a little slow, and you don't want to call out a name of a guy that's already been picked. So, that happened a couple times last year, and I was guilty of one of them. So
hey, it happens.
Yeah, no. And it was because my laptop wouldn't connect, and I was drafting from my phone, and my phone was going really slow. So Then the second draft I did, it went smooth, and Mike Sander had issues, and he called out the wrong guy. Yeah, I had to call him out. I can't just call my own self out for calling the wrong guy. Let me throw Mike under the bus because I love him.
Right.
Yeah, nice. No, that's the beauty and the fun of the live draft. Everybody's right there at Chris Vaccaro's bar, Greenwich Street Tavern. Great times. There's already 21 signed up for the 6 p.m. prime time. So there'll be, I think there's 3 more spots. They're doing 2. So I know once that fills, they'll randomize the league based on the 24 people that are signed up, and that's how they'll do that. But yeah, those drafts are awesome, man. I'm trying to get you guys to go because I know Steve's going and I'm going, and there's a bunch of guys that are going that I haven't met yet from that weren't there the last couple of years, like Tommy Libretti and
Was he coming? Tommy's coming?
yeah, he's the first one. There's a few more that I can't think of off the top of my mind, but yeah, I'm looking to go there and hang out with everybody, enjoy, have a good time, do those drafts, meet Steve, finally in person. So looking forward to this, and and that's that. But we do have a draft. It's up on the board. It's up on the screen. So Mike,
can you enhance it a little bit? The names is there any way with the names can you make clearer?
I think there's a square at the bottom. If you can enlarge it, there's a square on the bottom. On the bottom,
yeah, I see it.
You'll lose the comments. I think you won't be able to see the comments, but it enlarges and you can see the board.
Yeah, I pull it up on my laptop next to me so I can see it clear.
There you go. You have it.
So I can see it exactly.
All right. So for those of you who are not familiar with the Football Guide Online Championship, it is a $350 buy-in. The grand prize is $300,000. If you win your league, it's $1,500 for first, $700 for second. 12-team leagues. It's usually a little over 4,000 contestants. I'm assuming it's going to be a little bit more this year because the prize went from $250K to $300K. So I would say over 5,000 teams entries. Top 2 from each league make the shootout in week 15 through week 17. The winner of that gets the $300K. You can also get in as a wild card if you finish in the top 15 percentile of total points scored, and you did not finish in the top 2 in your league. They will give you a wild card berth into the shootout. However, you will not win a league prize. So, but that's a one way to get in. Or if you outscore the first place team in your league, the wins and losses first place team. If you have more points than that team, then you also get a wild card berth. And then it's a 3-week shootout. You start with your weekly average, and then the 3 weeks get added to it. And whoever's in first place at that point takes home the $300K. So big contest. Draft started in April. They run all the way to kickoff Sunday, I believe. You get the first look Thursday through Sunday. You can you don't have to set your lineup and until Sunday. You get the free look on the Thursday games. So a little bit of
actually it's a Wednesday and Thursday because
yeah, you're right. Good call,
they're
Mike.
Playing the Rams or Frisco or in Australia. They're doing
right. It's the so what are the 4
Thursday Friday? They're doing Wednesday Thursday. Wednesdays in Seattle and New England.
Okay, I was gonna say we get all the 4. Yeah. Okay, so Seattle, New Orleans, and
you get 4 looks, free looks.
Yeah, 4 free looks. The format is 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 1 flex, a tight end, kicker, and a defense. It is not tight end premium, but it is PPR, 1 point for receptions. Quarterbacks get 6 points for a passing touchdown, not 4. So 6 in this format. So your pocket passes gain a little value,
and that's a rarity nowadays.
I like it.
I do too. But most of the other formats you see, you have 4-point touchdowns.
And these drafts are also they're also, what's the word I'm looking for? Third round reversal. Sorry, I had a brain. So the third round, so it goes 1 through 12, 12 through 1, and then third round goes back to 12. So third round starts. So the team 12 gets their third and their third player first, and team 1 gets their fourth and fifth player. Right? Am I saying that right?
Yeah, 12, 13, and 15. 12, 13, 25 for 12.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's where we're at. Mike, what pick did you draw? I'm trying to bring the draft
I
board
have 9.
up. Okay, 9.
I'm 9. You can see that it's black.
Oh yeah, that's right. It is a little bit blurry, right? The names are a little bit blurry. That's good. That's a good thing, though, I guess.
I think that
All
was
right,
my
All right,
I
so
think my KDS was like 3, 11, 10. I think 9 was my 5th choice.
I think I had 9. I think I drafted out of the 9 in the one that I did. I'm pretty sure. And I got St. Brown to fall. It was nice. I think that's the latest he's gone so far.
Oh, yeah. I'd say so. You know, interesting first round, though, if you look at it. 6 running backs, 6 wide receivers.
Yep. Good. Yep. They're nice. That was good. The second, but right before you had it.
What?
It was clear right before.
What happened? Did I lose it? I just lost it. All right, Mike. Why don't you talk about your thoughts on your strategy coming in, and I'll try to recover the draft board here.
At 9, I did take CeeDee Lamb coming in. It was wishful thinking. You know, I would have taken St. Brown, but it's McCaffrey. It wasn't going to happen really. I was the way it went. So after those 4 wide receivers got taken, I just thought Lamb was my next best wide receiver. Next best player on the board. I wasn't going to take any of the running backs or the tight end. Bowers went, he went 2-1 to team 12 with Jefferson. The only thing would have changed me if McCaffrey went to 7 to Willie Miles. If he got to 9, I wasn't looking to take McCaffrey, but I would have taken him there. Like I said, I'm not. He's usually going anywhere between 5. I seen him go at 3, or 4, but most likely he's going 5 through 5 or 6 possibly. So I was happy with the pick, Lamb. That was my. I would have had a consideration. Lamb got taken. Do I take Jefferson? I might have taken my second round. I might have taken my second round pick, Cook in the first round. I thought he was a steal in the second round where I got him.
That's pick 16, right? 12.
Yeah,
13,
he's
14,
going a lot earlier, right? You got? I don't know the current ADP.
He's usually got team 11 and team 12 have been gobbling him up somewhere, either the first round or the second round. He's
probably got the max right now.
Yeah, I thought he was. I was happy. I was kicking my heels, really.
Absolutely, yeah. I love him in that spot too. So you passed on Genty there. You decided to go wide receiver.
I'm not. Yeah. Yeah, that wide receiver. Yeah, in that case, yes. I would have taken Cook over Genty.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I'm not. I mean,
all right. So you're
I
not.
might have.
Okay, gotcha.
I might have a share of Genty or two. I'm not.
Not too crazy about him. You're not in.
I'm
You
a
know what I'm saying?
you know, in terms I look at it this year, unlike every year I've been playing, the wide receiver first tier to me, you know, even in the second, you know, it's tight. It's not like you don't have. I don't think we have the depth that we've had at least the last 2 years. If you look from my preference, now people might have different opinions, but I wasn't really. That's why I really wanted to grab, you know, one of the top wide receivers.
Nice.
And
Okay,
Lamb was there. I might have grabbed Cook if Lamb was there. And I like Jefferson, but I think he's more of a second round pick for me at this point.
So let me ask you this question: If Lamb goes in 7 to team 7 or to team 8, are you taking one of those running backs, CMC or Taylor, whoever falls, or are you going Justin Jefferson?
No, I'm not taking Jefferson first. I'm not at this moment.
Who would you take?
I would have taken Taylor.
Yeah,
it would have been a tough choice. I take McCaffrey. If McCaffrey was there, I wouldn't. It wasn't what I was looking for, but I'm going to grab him at 9.
Yeah,
I'm not going to pass on him.
I just want your thoughts. I didn't know if
that's me. I mean, everybody's different, really.
So I just want to run down the first few. Yeah, we got Jameer Gibbs 1, Bijan 2, Chase 3, and Nakua 4, JSN 5. That's been pretty much the top 5 in every draft. Then it gets to change up a little bit. But Team 6 goes St. Brown. Team 7, CMC. Team 8, Jonathan Taylor. Team 9, that's you, Mike, CeeDee Lamb. After CeeDee Lamb, we get Genty, Hampton, and then Team 12 goes Justin Jefferson, Brock Bowers at the 1-2 turn. So I think that might be the earliest I've seen Bowers go in any of these. He usually falls to the mid or to the back end of round 2, but I guess if you want him at that spot, then you got to take him. So after Bowers, we get Kenneth Walker, then Chase Brown, and Mike. You had James Cook fall into your lap.
I fell in my lap. I was going to take Chase Brown if that wasn't if he was there. I might have taken Chase Brown over Cook if both were there. If both were taken, I was taking London. London would have been I would have gone Lamb 1. And if you look at, just quickly before we go in the rest of the guys, if you look at, I like the wide receivers in the first, at least the 5 rounds. The order, like I was telling you, Joe, before the show, I mean, I took a wide receiver every other pick in those first 5. That's never, I don't remember doing that in any NFC draft. That's unusual. But that's just the way it felt. I mean, I wasn't going to pass. There was no way I was passing up Cook there. I was tickled pink to get him. So, and I was tickled pink to get Olave because he's been going in the second round. I think he went mid-second round. There's a draft tonight. I think he even went mid-second round. He late second round. I think he went mid-second round tonight to get him. The third, the 4th pick in the 3rd round was like. I was pretty happy.
Nice. You mentioned tonight's draft. There is a draft being live streamed tonight. Dave Kluge is it on Football Guys? I believe it's on.
They have it on the NFC. I mean, if you go to the
is it on the NFC?
It comes up on they have
on the high stake. Maybe it's the high stakes.
Yeah, it's his thing, but they come. It's streaming on the NFC. Probably his Twitter handle.
Nice. All right. Awesome. Yeah. I
tweeted it to you guys.
I saw that. I was listening for a few minutes before I came on to get everything set up for the show, and I saw AJ Brown at pick 11 in the first round.
Really?
Yep, Joe. AJ Brown, first round. What
I
else?
mean, I don't dislike it.
What are your thoughts on now that AJ Brown is officially a Patriot? I mean, I'll give my thoughts too, but I want to hear yours first, Joe.
Buddy, I've got some good ones. I've talked to Mike, and you know, he's gonna eat. He's gonna be good. And at first, I thought Romeo Dobbs was a loser. He's not. And the reason why I say that, he's not a true number one, and he couldn't handle that number one role. And the coverage that AJ Brown's going to get, I think, going to help Dobbs be a wide receiver 3 or flex option for your teams based on how you build your roster. I mean, I think Brown opens it up for him, and it's still kind of a condensed offense. I mean, even with Dobbs, you still got, the two running backs out of the backfield. Hunter Henry is going to be the guy in the tight end room. Always a waiver wire ad, seems like. I don't know why he don't get drafted, but Drake May throws a pretty ball. And I think AJ Brown's going to come out. He's going to play good for, with Brable. He had Tanny Hill. He had Jalen Hurts. Now he's got Drake May, who probably throw the best ball out of the 3. Tanny Hill was underrated quarterback, but AJ Brown's he's gonna be really good in that offense. And I want to flip the switch here, and I want to play devil's advocate for something. Just something I had thought about. I talked to Mike about on the way home, and I'm not saying nothing bad about anybody drafting Devontae Smith, but I'm a little worried. And the reason why I say that, he don't have AJ Brown. That's the reason why we're going with this. How's he going to do against these top corners? I mean, I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not saying he ain't going to do bad because fantasy's all about opportunity, target share. He's going to get that. But my question, how's he going to operate underneath these top tier cornerbacks with no A.J. Brown coverage like he had? I mean, I just want to see what you all thought about it. I was going to bring that up tonight anyway. I mean,
nice. I like the thoughts, Joe. Yeah, Devonta Smith. Yes, I'm actually low. I'm with you on this one. I'm a little bit lower on consensus than him. He's going in the 3rd round, right? Is that where he went in this draft?
The 2nd round here.
He's in the 2nd round.
Hobbs took him, which was
Team 5, Mike. Team 5 took him.
No, I'm sorry. Team 5.
And I'm not knocking Devontae Smith. The talent is there, but he's 6 foot 170.
Team 5 took him in the 2nd round.
He went 3-1 in tonight's draft.
Oh, he went 3-1.
The first pick in the 3rd round.
Okay, yeah. See, that's a little high. I'm not saying. Now, listen, I'm a big fan of Devonta Smith, and
I liked him out of Alabama and everything.
The last 2 or 3 seasons, you could get him in the 5th, the 6th. I think last season he was going in the 6th. The season before
he went too early. I think 2 seasons ago or 3. I forget now.
I like him. I like him as a wide receiver 3. I don't know if I'm trusting him as a wide receiver 2. Joe, I'm with you. I worry about him being an alpha wide receiver 1. I don't think that he's going to get targeted all that much more than what he was, because they drafted, they have Stowers, they have Goddard. I think Saquon's going to be involved in the passing game much more this year as well. I think that, and who else didn't they sign?
I'm gonna tell you, me and Gamburg been talking about this too, and I've looked at everybody. I know they got the Lemon, the young guy named Lemon, but I'm telling you,
drafted Lemon,
the biggest wide receiver in their room, and I'm not saying he's AJ Brown people at the chat. I just want to listen. 6'1", 207 is Dontavian Wicks. I'm telling you, the opportunities there in the 18th, 19th, 20th round in these early drafts. And I guarantee you, week 1 or week 2, people's going to be adding him who don't draft him. I'm not saying he's going to be a mega superstar, but the physicality is almost there like A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown's 6'1", 227. and Wicks is like 6'1", 207, so 20 pounds lighter. But Devontae Smith 6', 170. Malachi Lemon's like 5'11", 195. I mean, I'm not knocking these guys. I mean, I like.
It's good news for good. It's good news for God. Good news for
Goddard. I think Goddard is going to be really good again.
Yep.
And I'm not knocking people who's drafted Devontae Smith because, like I said, fantasy football is all about opportunity.
He's still got. What do you? He's still probably gets about 90 catches for 1,250 yards and
I think Smith is
6 or 7 touchdowns. Like, is that?
Yeah, watching him, I see him when you see him live every game. It's different. All these players. I mean, I think that's, and I don't think he's. I think he's better than you're saying. I think it's all. It's going to be up to Hurts. He's going to get the ball. He's a good deep route runner. He's a great route runner, and he's got great hands. You look at the catches. Mm-hmm. Either he's good enough to be to me he's a 2. I'm not taking him in the second round, but he's not. He's better than what you're saying he is. Trust me.
I know he's a great. I'm talking fantasy football.
Yeah, fantasy wise, he's going to be productive.
I think he's more.
Either he's going to be productive, or Jalen Hurts, the last year of guaranteed money, he's not going to be a Philadelphia Eagle next year. It's a quarter, but it's more on a quarterback and what type of offense they've run in the last couple of years. Look at his catches he made. He's made some sick.
I know he's good.
He can get. He gets open. Trust me, these guys.
The only thing I'm throwing out there is he ain't got that alpha wide receiver AJ Brown across.
I don't think he's capable of scoring
more than
8 touchdowns either. I think he's a floor play. I think he's a safe floor. I think he'd give you a lot of those 13 to 19.
He's a third round pick, and let's just
I don't know.
I see more of them than you do, and trust me, AJ Brown is going to be that much better because they're going to make sure he's involved all the time to keep him interested. It was the quarterback and the offensive system last year that really put a stranglehold on these guys. Smith has been vocal. He's vocal about it on the sideline. He'll tell Hurts during the game, but not as he's not. He could have been more vocal on the mistakes and how wide open he is and how many times Hurts missed him. Look at the games last year. Trust me, it's not. He's not AJ Brown. He's not Montse Brown or JSN. But guys in the organization before this, they think he's got to have a JSN breakout. I don't think it's going to be that case, but I'm not putting him where you're putting him third. He's no third wide. If you get him as your third wide receiver, your team is going to be pretty good.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Team's going to be
the guy that I drafted.
If you can get him as your third wide receiver, I mean, yeah, absolutely. But he's a 2.
I
think he'll be a 2 this year. We'll let the games play out, but I'm not taking him in the second round.
Now, that way. I had the 6th pick, and the Team 5 a few weeks back took Amon-Ra at 5, AJ Brown 2nd round, and took Devontae Smith in round 3. So he's got him as wide receiver 3 in my draft.
Right, I like that. I like it in that.
Wide receiver 3 is third round pick is where he's at.
I mean, I'm not knocking him. I'm just wondering how he's going to do against the top cornerback.
I mean, in my draft, he's got to take AJ. I mean, the guy took. Team 5, he took JSN. Great, fine. And then he took Smith. I'm taking Brown over him. If I'm taking a wide receiver, I'm taking Pickens over him.
Mm-hmm.
Did we lose him?
There he is.
There he is. Joe?
Come on, people in the chat. Chime in on this if you're all listening. I know you're listening, but chime in the comments.
I lost connection for a second. I just lost connection for a second. What were you guys talking about?
Joe, just saying on this draft, I'm taking Nate where he went, the Team 5. I'm taking A.J. Brown. I'm taking Pickens over him. I mean, If I'm taking a wide receiver, there,
I agree.
100%. Also, even I'm taking, we went later. I'm taking Olave over Smith.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that I was gonna mention that, but you guys kept going. I might even be taking Nico Collins.
And I'm taking
over
Nico
him.
Collins over him. Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree. I'm not. Yeah, I think
No, that would I'm kind of scared a little bit. The reason why I say that, I like Nico as a player, but he's missed 17 games over the last 2 or 3 years. That kind of keeps me a little bit worried.
yeah, availability is pretty key to fantasy, right?
But I mean, the talent's there. I mean, Nico Collins is really good, but anybody can get hurt at any given Sunday. So, on Thursday night or whatever. But it was just a food for thought about that. Like I said, I've been pondering on that. I did think that Dobbs was just a lost cause, but I don't think so now. I think he needed AJ Brown more than
yes,
anything.
Yeah, I think he's a solid. He's going to be a solid 3 or flex. I mean, more. I'd like him as a flex, but he's going to be viable for sure.
Mm-hmm.
He can. I don't think they really. It was weird the way they used all the wide receivers in Green Bay. You never know which one was going to have a good game.
So back to the
They have any rhyme or reason.
I want to go back to the Patriots offense and talk about how I think they're going to be a little more pass heavy this year than what they were. Everybody's expecting, because it's a Mike Vrabel led team, that it's going to be run. We get Ramondre and Trevion. I mean, we're going to run the football. Don't get me wrong, especially as we get later in the season. But I think that there's going to be certain games, the schedule's tougher. There's going to be a lot of games where Drake May's going to have a lot of pass attempts, and Dobbs is certainly going to benefit from that. They still have Hunter Henry. I do think that Trevion Henderson is going to be involved a lot more this season. I like him where he's going. But as far as AJ Brown goes, I think top 10 is certainly within reach at wide receiver and finish for sure. I think he's going to get at least 120 targets.
Oh, 100%. I think he's definitely top 10 wide receiver.
I think that, and I also think that he's capable of hitting 1,400 yards and double-digit touchdowns easily.
He's going to have.
I think he has a big.
Also, what they're going to be smart about, McDaniel, they're going to get him involved more on, even getting him the ball, even if it's a short pass. They're going to get him more involved. They're going to keep him happy. They didn't make this trade not to. They know what they're getting. He could be, he's not an Antonio Brown or, he's a smart guy, but. He's going to, rightfully so. He should have gotten the football more, and he wasn't getting it last year, and he was wide open, just like Smitty was a lot of times last year. And I don't think that's going to be the case in New England. You got too good of a defense, an offensive coordinator that's going to make sure that he stays involved, that he's going to get his targets, and it's going to help the offense because he's that good. He doesn't need much space to get to make the reception, to get open.
And
he's got great hands. It's a big body. He breaks tackles. And like you said, in the end zone, they're going to get him the ball. I mean, Josh
McDaniels is going to get aggressive. He's entering his third season too. So quarterback, I think
he's having bad signal problems tonight.
Yeah, he's got, I guess. Hope he gets it back on, right?
Oh, yeah, he will. My guy, Spencer Steers, hit 2 home runs tonight.
I believe we're still live, aren't we? I
Yeah.
believe. Vegas overtook Carolina in the Stanley Cup. Well, he's 3-2. It's now 3-3.
Oh, is that
As I just said,
finals?
it's 3. Yeah, it's Stanley for game 1. They were up 2-1, down 3-2. Now it's 3-3. I like to see Carolina win. It's funny that tonight the team, Joe, there,
He back, yeah.
Joe, Joey,
Yeah.
the team that took Brown at Team 11, he got Genty and he got McBride in the 3rd round.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many ways to
That's a little,
build a lineup, and
yeah, I think it's.
and what makes this format so, like we've talked, to me, the 3rd round dictates what kind of build you're going to have with the 3rd round reversal.
Yeah, I mean, I got lucky in that draft we were talking about. I mean, to get Olave who's going clearly the end of the 2nd, or he went or the middle of the 2nd, even to get him in the 4th pick in the 3rd round is. I mean, that helped. That's how you can win. Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Our host is back.
I don't know what just happened, man. I lost connection. I don't know.
We hijacked the show. We kicked you out for a little.
This happened. This has been happening frequently. It hasn't happened on the show yet, but I was in the middle of an auction and I got disconnected for about the same amount of time. And it was
an auction draft.
Yeah,
I hate that. I've had it briefly in a redraft.
I don't know what's going on with the internet over here these days, but well, now that I'm back,
too much traffic on AJ Brown in your area, blocking everything. It's
now I gotta dig up the draft board again. Jesus Christ.
We actually got somebody in the comments from Football Guys. Joey Wright.
Oh, Joey Wright, yeah, good guy.
Yeah.
I met him at the Football Guys poker tournament last year. It's a good time.
I need to subscribe to Football Guys. I used to years ago.
Let's see.
Cleveland Bloom's good.
It's nice those guys are picking it up this year.
Our guy Tip Major from the Sports Affiliation is part of football, as a contributor to Football Guys.
You know who else is with them now? Bob Harris.
Yeah, Dave Kluge.
Yeah, they're all good.
Hutchinson Brown.
Good.
Yeah, he's on. He's great with Jeff Mans on the Sunday night Sunday pregame Sirius on Sunday.
Oh yeah, Bob. Yeah,
11:00. I think they go on. Right, and then they're on when the lineups come out. The injury list comes out at 11:35.
It's fun trying to put rosters together, and really for me this time of year is like watching these draft boards. KDS is so important because to me the 3rd round really dictates your build. I think. I mean, first round, okay, you're gonna go here or you're gonna go there. And like I said, that third round reversal is so important to the way you want to build your rosters, I think, personally.
Yeah, I think it's important. Yeah, you're absolutely 100% right. I mean, look at my team. I'm just happy when I think the way the successful teams that I usually have or guys when you can get around later than where they're going.
So didn't you get Kyron
It's all
Williams in
about the
round
value,
5?
really.
Didn't you get Kyron Williams in round 5 in this draft?
4. I got Watson in 5, and Watson went tonight. He went in 4th round. Yeah, that's the key, I think. And now, sure, injury. We got to dodge injuries. There's a lot of luck in it, but to me, I come out happy when I can get if I can. It doesn't always work like that. You can, we're playing against a lot of great players.
Oh yeah,
and you're not going to let you. I'm not going to get I mean, I'll go through a cut like you guys said. I think Cook. That's his highest. That's as high as he went, Joe.
I'm gonna look. I bet you it is.
2-4. At least these early OCs, 2-4. I mean, to get Cook.
Let's see.
There we go. Now I think I got it. There we go. There's the board. Board is back.
Did you get him at 16?
Yeah.
That's the max right now.
Right. I mean, that's what I look. It's a guy am I always targeting him? No, because it's.
Yeah, 16 is the max. You got him at the max.
Right. I wasn't.
And his average is 9.81, so he's going about 9 or 10.
Yeah, exactly. I don't. I mean, that's where guy falls like that. That's you take the. It's all to me. It's all about value.
There we go.
Sometimes you might not like certain guys. You might be higher in certain, that go in the same range, but regardless.
How many times
value?
Look, how many times these people in the chat or us three sitting right here? I've done this. I thought this. Okay, I've drafted a awesome team. It turns out awful, and you sit and look at these other teams like, I don't like his team. His team's not that good, and it turns out to be your better team. I mean, I've done that on several occasions. Like teams that I thought was going to be better that I drafted just wasn't.
All right. So where were we before I got disconnected, Mike? You went CeeDee Lamb, James Cook,
Olave.
And then it came back to me on 4, and I wasn't going to pass up. Kyron Williams late 4th.
Yeah, that's where I took him in that same exact spot, Mike. I thought that but if he fell onto in ETN, you almost had ETN fall to you.
I wanted ETN. I did want ETN. I'll be honest, in terms.
Yeah,
of
ETN's been going at the beginning of the beginning to the middle of 4th. Fourth round.
He went late here.
Yeah, he fell.
Now I bet you that right there is another max, maybe.
Josh Allen
in the 4th.
Yeah, I think that's the latest I've seen him go too. I mean, I haven't seen all the draft boards, but I've seen a good amount.
What pick is that? 12, 24, 25. I bet you that's the max. I'm going to look.
Like 4, what is it, like 40? 41?
Yeah.
It says 43 is his max. I don't know if that's the 43rd pick.
36. Yeah, that's 43. Exactly. That's 43. I'm sorry.
That's the max. So you got to see James Cook max and Josh Allen max. So there's probably more. I just can't place it.
What's Olave's max?
I'd say he's going about right there.
I got him in that same spot too, Joe. Mike. So I did pick from the 9. I took Olave and Kyron as well in those same exact spots.
Yes. So you got good taste.
I think I forget what I started.
Joe,
I
you
think
definitely, smart minds think. I mean, that was.
I started with St. Brown instead of CD though. St. Brown fell to me.
I would have. Yeah, that's a good. I would have nice. And who was your second round pick?
Chase Brown.
Yeah, I mean, I would have. That basically it was. Basically, I mean, obviously, I couldn't take St. Brown. He was taken. I mean, that was a nice. To me, that's a good.
I didn't get Watson.
Nice start.
I didn't get that. That's a good spot to get Watson too.
Yeah, I thought.
And I will tell you one thing I do like about CeeDee Lamb, and when I'm looking at players that I draft, I like CeeDee Lamb because of the touchdown regression. He only had 3 last year. I think you get more than I think you get in the end zone more in that offense.
Why do you think that? Why do you think he only finished with 3?
I think the injury? Yeah, he just
I think he was out for a few games, but Pickens was just. Well, see, that's sort of like our point. What we was talking about a while ago. CD drawed the number 1 corner, and Pickens feasted off on the other side.
Right.
Yeah,
Pickens did have a career, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think CD, that injury slowed him down. He had a slow start too. He had a rough game against the opener against Thursday against the Eagles. I mean, if he catches,
if you go back and look,
he actually dropped a couple key balls that they would have won. They would have beat it. They would have beat the Eagles if he didn't have those drop balls.
We see Team 4 did the A.J. Brown, Trevion Henderson, Drake May stack.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty good. Nice little Patriots.
I like that.
What else am I noticing here? So, Mike, you took Tucker Kraft in round 6. That might be. I think that's the highest. Is that the highest he's going, or is that where he's going? I feel like that's a little high, but I'm not saying that I don't like it. I love Kraft. If he's healthy, that's a steal.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I don't know where he's.
I
did it one. I did it because I wasn't really enamored with the wide receivers there, and I wanted to get him. There was a couple guys I was going to take a tight end. I thought he was with Watson. I wanted to pair him up. Not looking for wasn't looking for Love. I could have gotten him. I wasn't taking him, but I just think that combo is that's going to be lethal. I mean, if he's healthy, I'll take that combo could be. Before he got hurt, he was a monster.
He was. Right. I had him in a lot of spots last year.
In terms that's what can change fantasy. You can be on the team that doesn't have Kraft and basically benefit from that. All of a sudden, the team that's losing, lose that, all of a sudden gives you a chance to move up to first or second place or what have you.
So 61.
And vice versa.
Yeah. So 61's the earliest he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So I took him in 69, right? 60 and I took him 69.
Yeah, all right. So it's early. It's early, but it's not criminally early. 80. So I think he could be somebody that creeps up. Anyways.
What's Laporta's average?
Laporta is going. So Kraft is a tight end 6. Laporta is a tight end 8. 93. He's going around generally around later.
All these guys went early, I guess. Pitts went early.
And they fall, yeah. So Kraft and Laporta are the latest.
I wasn't looking at because I was happy with I had the 3 wide receivers. and that's my feeling. Basically,
ninth round is the
I
latest.
wanted the tight end, and I didn't really, and I wanted, I liked him. I liked Warren. I would have taken maybe Warren, but I like that, and I'll take the upside on that. Particularly, it wasn't really. I was very happy with my first 5 picks, and then, like some guys, I wasn't going to get redundant. I didn't need another. I wasn't enamored with the wide receivers, and I got the running back that I wanted next round anyway, in Rashad White.
I really like your quarterbacks. You got Jackson Dott in round 11. That's
even though I did get. I'll be honest. I told you. I mean, I wanted Prescott, and obviously the guy took him right before me, and he didn't have a quarterback, and that made sense for him regardless if he wanted to. But I took Dart for the upside. I like it, and I figured, he's a risky guy. He's been very injury prone in 1 year, so I figured I'd take Tyler Shuck, and he's the perfect
Which you
guy.
go for Olave too. I like that.
Makes sense with Olave. I normally don't double tap quarterbacks, but with this team, it made sense.
The way you did it, you waited till
I
round
waited.
11.
I waited long enough. It made sense. I got, because the funny thing was, I took Myers and Downs. I was looking at them; they were neck and neck for me. I took Myers first, and then I got Downs anyway. So
I like Downs.
Yeah, Downs definitely has a chance to step up this year, have a good year. Michael Pittman's out of the way. You got Alec Pierce stepping in for the wide receiver 1 role. Josh Downs should be able to do more than just that slot role and 3 wide receiver sets. He should be getting snaps on when there's 2 wide receivers on the field, and he could be getting more off. But yeah, he's going to get more.
20-23% target share in that offense.
Absolutely.
And one thing about Myers is people. I like Parker Washington, but when they go 2 wide receivers, Parker's not going to be on the field. It's going to be Myers, and Myers will be on the field. I mean, and just to the value, I'm not saying I love him over maybe Washington, but I think at that point with Downs, I thought I got two good wide receivers to give me give me a flex option if I don't want to go 3 running. It gives me options.
A good floor guy. He's a good floor guy. A nice guy that you can put in there during a bye week.
Both those guys, I got the flex with the 3 White, Myers, and Downs. I figure I got options at the flex now. Obviously, porn injury. I got guys that can feel I might not feel the pain as much, with an injury. I mean, obviously, we don't control that, and that's why we, draft accordingly to hopefully have some key depth, if it happens.
I see Rashad White here too as your RB3. I really like that. What's that? You took him in the 7th round, right after you took Tucker Kraft. I expect him, without question, to be the number 1 running back in Washington.
He catches balls.
Yeah,
I mean it's
he can play all 3 downs. I'm not saying he's going to dominate it like that. Ja'Cory Crosby Merritt, and the other guy that you took later on in the draft, the rookie Katron Allen.
Yeah,
he's a very good inside runner. I really like Katron Allen.
He might. That's just we got to take. That's what we play.
I like that you have you took 2 running backs that you backed up White with him. I like that a lot. I think Katron outplays Ja'Cory Crosby. Yeah. And
very well could.
And earns early down, it earns some snaps here. But I do think Rashad White is the back to own there for sure.
I figure if White gets hurt, I mean, I agree. I think the guy's got more juice than JCM. My opinion.
Joe, you got any thoughts on Rashad White? I know you were.
I like him. I like him in that offense. passing downs. He's got a legit chance to be the lead back as well. I mean,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think he's the lead back there.
Yeah, I think he'll be real good in that offense.
He's a pretty good red zone weapon too.
He got better at the red zone there in Tampa there toward the end. I like Rashad White there where he took him, and like I said, even when he took downs, I mean he could have took Tony Pollard. There's a lot of good running backs in that.
Yeah. I just didn't want to, basically I had my, with getting Williams and Cook, I wanted to take guys with, that I didn't have the flex position. So I just had Myers combining with Downs. I'd rather go a wide receiver there preferably, but I still have White. Wanted some guys with a little more juice.
Yeah.
Now, if I really used the hero running back with Cook and didn't have Williams, I would have made that Pollard pick. You're right. I would have made the Pollard for sure.
So is this your second year at Dylan Sampson, Mike? Did I see him on your team the first draft?
I'll take a look.
I don't think you took him the first one.
No.
Whatchamacallit, Junkins is hurt, beat up. I'm not saying he's going to be, he's not going to be ready, but Sampson does catch balls. Like just figured if he gets an opportunity, I like those guys that can come in and catch balls because they're free points. I mean, the way our scoring system is, a 1 yard catch is better than an 8 yard run. I mean, does it make sense in actuality? No, but we play by the rules that we're given, and I like
Well, another thing too,
I gets hurt, he can catch balls.
Like we talked
running the ball.
Joe,
Junkins gets hurt.
You got to look now. There's no Myles Garrett there. That defense has stepped down back down a little bit. They won't be as good as they was a couple in games, so they may be playing from behind, and Sampson may be in the passing down row. You know what I'm saying? That defense is no Myles Garrett, so that's going to play a little bit of row.
Jared Verse is a really good player, Joe.
Yeah, he's good, but Myles Garrett, he just
I get it.
Defense really.
He's not Myles Garrett.
Be good. It's still going to be decent defense, but
let's see here.
Maybe they have to throw the ball more. Like I said, I told Joe, I finally heard him on Sirius XM say it. I told Mike Gamburg the other day, I said, the winners of that is Lamar, Rodgers, and Burrow. They don't have to face Myles.
No, I didn't take Sampson on my other team.
No. All right. I've got
Rashard White on both teams. Katron Allen on both teams. I don't have many running backs on the other team.
You're grabbing Chig too. I see you grab Chig as your backup tight end. Little piece.
Yeah, I really like him.
Yeah. I mean, what's not to like? Zach
played
Ertz,
well, and Ertz had a great year. I mean,
Ertz was fantasy relevant for two
very
years.
Fantasy relevant.
He was.
So
they implemented tight end Dan Quinn and them.
Chig, he can get yards after the catch. They get the ball in his hands.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't read. I just took, I guess, Mason in there just to get another running back. Was high, We'll see what happens in Minnesota. I mean, I do have, Aaron Jones. He's still around, but he's not going to play. You don't know how long he's going to play until he gets hurt again, and it's a shot. You're taking spec. These are not your starters. But they can't, he's got a potential to have a big role. We'll see what happens with that Minnesota offense.
Yeah.
We're hoping it gets back on track at least for fantasy. I mean, they made basically everybody was irrelevant last year because of the quarterback situation.
So it looks like we have a team with three quarterbacks. What are your thoughts on three quarterbacks in a draft? real quick.
Let Joe handle that. Joey handle that.
Two.
I mean, I can tell you, he's he's.
I sat and looked at this. I told him Dave. I told Mike wrong, but I mean it's not really a big hookup. But when you sit and look at the 3 quarterbacks he took, the only hookup he's got is, and it's not really a sure thing, is Caleb Williams to Monungai. Bo Nix was nobody. Jordan Love was nobody. So that's what I'm saying. I don't understand why you take 3 quarterbacks when you don't even have a wide receiver to go with one. I mean,
And I mean, Caleb is pretty much poised for a top 10 season again. So I mean,
I'll tell you something too. You all look at this board and tell me if I'm wrong. I think Team 10 was thinking Gamburg was going to go Jordan Love. I think that's why he took him, because of having Kraft and Watson. That was just a thought.
But I already took 2 quarterbacks.
I know, but I'm just saying.
If he thought I was stupid enough to take a third, then so be it.
Well, you know what, Mike? You know what, Mike? If there was ever a quarterback room to take a third quarterback, Dot and Shuck is it. I mean, Jackson Dot is injury prone. Tyler Shuck, he's obviously he finished his year, but I think there is a little risk baked into Tyler Shuck.
I think he's got the best offensive coordinator, and I mean, I think Kellen Moore's great, and they added ETN, and they added the.
They gave him a ton of weapons, no doubt, but I still think there's a little risk baked in. That's all.
Yeah, there's risk, but I wasn't taking one. I don't take 3 quarterbacks. I'm not.
And he's a young. You got 2 young quarterbacks there. There's all I'm saying is if there ever was a quarterback room to take a third quarterback, that's it, in my opinion.
The guy took. I mean, I'll take a guy. He can sit next to me in every draft, and I'll be happy. I mean, he took back-to-back, tight ends like that. I mean, you're passing up. There's stabs. There's running backs. There's wide. He only had 4 wide receivers, and Metcalf was his 3rd with Pittman there, and Wendell Robinson. I mean, he goes to the team. He had a nice year, but you needed wide receivers there, man.
I think this same team, Joe, took 3 quarterbacks in Mike's first draft.
Yeah, he did too. Yeah,
but I really, after look at it, maybe he
took 2 defenses and 3 quarterbacks with 5 picks, and this was in the middle of the draft. So that's where you 2 defenses. You can always start. Remember, guys, you can always start 1 quarterback and 1 defense. You took 20% of your roster, basically, where you can only start 2 of them every week. Your email's coming up.
I know. That's all right. It's all NFFC crap anyways. And emails to you guys.
You know what I'm saying, Joe? I mean, you take let's look at it, 2 defenses and 3 quarterbacks in the middle of the draft. And it was Goff, Nix, and Murray.
If you look at that board, I really think he thinks Mike would have took 3rd quarterback. I think that's why he took Jordan Love, because if you look at his roster, he's got Christian Watson and Tucker Kraft, which
he doesn't take it, like you said, Joey. He took none of his quarterbacks, gave him a stack.
Like I said, all he's got Monungai with Caleb, but no, that's not really.
Yeah, that's not a. No. You know what I'm saying? You said that, but you take at least take one of them with this. You're going to try to. If you're taking 3 and you don't have any with the stack, I don't know where that's going to get you. You're not going to get any leverage on that.
I would say that would have been a block, but like I said, he did take 3 quarterbacks at first draft too. I can't remember which ones he took, but it looks like a block to me. He's probably thinking
maybe, who knows?
Maybe would have went 3 quarterbacks, even though you wouldn't have. I'm just saying, with him picking right beside of you, looking at your roster.
This is where you find guys. These are the meat and potato rounds where you find guys that that might hit you, that might take you over the top, you might hit on. I mean, he's taking two tight ends, two quarterbacks, and then two quarterbacks, and two defenses and a kicker when he's given up the row running backs and wide receivers for any type of or any those are the picks that can make or break it. How many times do you see teams like last year, guys that come in there on these winning teams that they're taking in the 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. We're taking stabs. You're not taking stabs. So defenses and they're not going to win you. They're not going to get you over the hump. I don't know. If he wins, I'll eat my words.
It's almost like he was drafting like you don't have 1,000 fab to use throughout the season.
Right. Yeah.
That's a good point.
It is bizarre.
I don't want to be critical, but
not to say it can't work. But
I can't make sense out of it. There's no logic to it.
Yeah, you're giving up a lot of value for sure. A lot of not league winning dart throws, but certainly guys that could turn into something. So, I mean, like if you planned on taking Jordan Love, then why take Bo Nix?
I honestly think he was trying to block Gamburg, even though he does take that many quarterbacks.
Maybe that's the strategy behind it. It's but I mean, how long are you going to carry these three quarterbacks all year now? That's another thing.
That's what I told Joey too. Exactly.
All three of those guys are good enough to be rostered. So
we always get quarterbacks on the waiver wire for.
So now, are you gonna actually cut one of them and give somebody an out, or are you gonna roster clog an extra spot on your bench all year just to have a blocker? It's bizarre. It's bizarre strategy for sure.
I said last year to Joe, I told Joe, there was a good player, a highly respected player. I think the guy's great. Now this is my best team. I ended up having I had Kyler Murray, and I wasn't. Basically, he was naked going down. Basically, I didn't really take. I couldn't get a quarter guy. This guy took 4 quarterbacks, and he's a very good player. Probably never takes 4 to block me. You can't do that. Like you said, the waiver. I'll get a quarterback. In this draft, both my quarterbacks are week 8 bye. I told Joey, I'm not worried about that. I'll have a quarterback. You always do, guys. Nobody, like you said, Joe. We don't carry 3 quarterbacks. Good play. You're just not going to do it. You're going to cut them. You're going to have to with bye weeks, with injuries. It just happens.
And if not, you're tying up a roster spot you could use.
Right,
taking shots on guys for $1 week in and week out. I just noticed somebody slipping in drafts here. I want to point it out. I think he's a smash in round 12. If he's going to be in round 12 going forward, hell yeah, that's tight end Arande Gadsden.
He's
round 12.
Moving up, you said.
No, he's fallen.
Oh, fallen, because they got the other guy too, the third tight end. They're paying big money to.
Oh, Charlie Cola,
They're paying him more money than the Jokers. How much room is there? I agree with that. I have no interest in that. It's
I think
Russian roulette. Who's going to get the ball?
Nah, personally, I think they're going to use Arande Gadsden out wide and not just online. I think that's what Charlie Cola comes in. Charlie Cola is the inline tight end.
Exactly.
And they're going to be able to move Gadsden around. I think you could see, they still have QJ and Lad McConkey. So, but I think, Keenan Allen being out of the picture, there's quite a few, he was a target hog when, early on in the season when they used him before he kind of faded. down the stretch. So I think that there's room for Gadsden to eat for sure. I do think this is going to be a more of a, again, I'm leaning towards the Chargers the way I feel about the Patriots. I think it's going to be a little bit more passing volume than people are expecting. And I think it's honestly, it could be the Justin Herbert, Drake May, and whoever else is in it. But I think that both of these guys are going to be could have the potential to be the MVP, league MVP. So I think
y'all go back and look, talk about your players, or Gaston, or even the Joku, when he gets in there. Think about what Mike McDaniels did with Darren Waller. He was a stud there for a while till he got hurt. He had like 3, 4, 5 touchdowns in 2 or 3 games.
Right. And John, who was a beast for a little while. I mean, I know it was during, he capitalized, on the injuries that were happening there. But I definitely think, and this is team 5. They paired him up with Herbert, so I like that. And they got Ty Warren as a tight end one. Pretty good build. Team 5.
Yeah, I like that team too. Yeah.
They started out
nice
JS.
wide receivers. You got your nice solid running back in Montgomery.
Devonta Smith in the second round, but I guess it's in this particular build. It really doesn't hurt because they started out 4 wide receivers. So
right,
you could label Devonta Smith your wide receiver 3 if you really wanted to out of those 4
wide. Could end up. He could get the stats for 2.
Zay Flowers was so underrated too. I mean,
So pushing up Devonta Smith in a build like this maybe does. Now that I'm taking a closer look at it and I'm not fighting with my computer because things are.
Yeah, I think the team is fine. I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, would it look better with AJ Brown there? Maybe, but what? Look, we'll see. We'll see it. Like you said, the build is what you want. He's got strength and depth at wide receiver. He's got the one running back he needed, solid tight end, and very good quarterback.
And Dobbs is wide receiver 5.
He got 2. He double tapped Keaton Mitchell and Kamani Vidal as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is loaded up on the Chargers offense. Yeah, that's
you don't know. We hold. I mean, these are a lot of these guys are probably going to end up cutting, but there's some guys that guy gets hurt, he might just run. He could run with it. We don't know.
Nice build right there.
Yeah,
I like that team.
And Cam Ward's the perfect complement quarterback to Herbert.
Yeah, it's fine. He doesn't really.
Oh shit! Catching up with the chat. Steve is in there. What's up, Steve? Shout out, man. Steve, does AJ Brown move into the first round at some point? If you
he did tonight.
If I was just good, hey, Mike, you spoiled it.
Sorry, buddy. You got to give me the wig first.
I was in the process of saying it. If you tuned, I got to do my pitch. I got to help. I was gonna say, if
too
you
much
tuned
caffeine in my Dr. Pepper.
If you tuned into the football guys live stream tonight with Dave Kluge, you would have saw that AJ Brown went pick 11. So yeah, I wanted to shout out the guys that helping out the NFFC. So that's why I said you cut me off, Mike, but it's okay. We love you. Yeah. So Steve, AJ Brown's in the first round. It's already official. And he says he likes your team. That's a solid QB combo late. Yeah, we pointed that out as well. Steve, you got any questions for us? Drop them in the chat. We appreciate you tuning in. I'm assuming we're doing another show Thursday night at Fantasy Savvy. Steve is our host. We usually have the whole crew. It's us 3 plus Dan Jewett, Steve, and Josh Bolin. This past
might stop on tonight.
I know he did, but then we didn't hear from him for the rest of the day, and he hasn't been in the chat, so I'm assuming that he's not going to pop on. But you never know. He has popped on in the past mid show. But Mike, you want to bring on a guest? You want to bring on the star from last Thursday's show?
He's sound
he's
asleep.
out?
I can't
He's
do
out.
that to the poor guy. That's what he wanted last week. The man is the number one dog in Philadelphia by far. He's by far he's the number one. I mean, there's no other dogs. It's not like Bijan, Gibbs or Chase. Maybe it's strictly him.
That was great. Last Thursday on our show on the Steve D'Angelo's channel, we had one of.
He actually did get up a little. Maybe he must have hurt you.
Yeah. So you guys tuned into us Thursday night. Mike turned his camera off to go tend to his dog. And he left the audio on, and we got to hear Mike asking for a kiss, and then Mike said he deserved a kiss, and it was pretty. It was really funny, man. It was one of the funniest. It was definitely the funniest moment I've ever been on a pod myself involved in, and it was just so organic. You didn't know that your audio was on. That was such a good 30 seconds, man. That was good stuff. So who we got here? What introduce the pup here?
His name is Charlie. Charlie with a Y.
Charlie with the Y. What's up, Charlie? How'd Mike do in his draft?
He thinks I always do good in my drafts.
Nice. Does he deserve? He deserves
5.5 months.
Nice. So yeah. We definitely had. Should I play the audio? I'm gonna play the audio. Why not?
Yeah, play it.
My daughter Kennedy gave me a 24-second clip. She clipped out the audio. I will play it. So for those of you who didn't hear it, this is 24 seconds. Give me 1 second here. Where is it? Just gotta find. There we go.
What do you want to do? You want to go back?
All right, everybody, listen in. This was the clip.
Listen.
Baseball kind of like a old new redraft. That's all I really play. So I don't really show a lot of people on baseball. I like all your picks. I think they're all pretty solid. Chuba pick, I'm a little off on Chuba, but I like pretty much all your picks. I'm somebody yes.
And there it is. Mike, that was such a cool moment, man. So I just gotta
he's the best, but he wanted me to take him out of his crate and put him to sleep, let him rest on the sofa. And it was a long day too. So
nice.
He was, right in the middle of the show, he was kicking a little wine in his crate. So I gave him a favor. He's a good boy. Let me rest him. I'll be right back.
Joe, you seeing anything else stick out to you in this draft board, man? What's your thoughts on the Cleveland Browns wide receivers? Or is it they're going to be the Harold Fannin show? Well, I mean, we know Judkins is
Fannon's probably one. Who knows about Judy? Boston and Concepcion. I mean,
if they were to trade Jerry Jeudy, would you feel better about the rookie wide receivers? I think that would give us a little bit of an indication that they're feeling confident in what they have.
I think so. I think what we talked about a few 3, 4, 5 shows back, that we talked about. We think KC will play the Zay Flowers role. I mean, maybe not produce like he does, but I think Todd Monken will use him like that.
Right, I think I agree with that. And Denzel Boston seems to be having showing signs of flashes, flashing in camp, and so all positive reports from him.
We need Mike Sanders' report on the Cleveland Browns.
and we know that Deshaun Watson is probably going to be the starting quarterback. What are your thoughts on him? Are we?
What
I mean,
Deshaun Watson we want to get, the good one or the one that's not been so good. I mean, he was good there. Was it COVID year last year? He was good, or
he was starting to enter like the top 5, the top even like getting close to top 3, and then things just went downhill. So yeah, I don't know what to make of it.
This is do or die for him. I mean, he's got all that other off the field stuff now. Should be long gone off his mind. I'm guessing. I don't know. I mean, I probably just roll with Sanders myself, but see what you got. But
yeah, I like
Watson's
Shannon
capable.
maybe
Just have to
on the
wait
Browns. And Sampson, those are probably the only two. I mean, I don't have any fan, and I'm not really interested in the Cleveland team, me personally. You won't see me having any.
So I'm looking at. I see a Zachariah Branch, Chris Brazzell, and a Greg Dulcich late. To team 4. These are guys that late round dot throws. I think Zachariah.
People are talking high on Dulwich this year.
He's got to see. He's got to stay healthy too. I mean, he's got to stay healthy.
Right. But 18th round, nothing wrong with that.
And Zachariah Branch looking like he is a possibility. He could be the wide receiver too in Atlanta.
Right.
Or I think he's like a slot type of wide receiver. But he could end up. Well, maybe not. I think Kyle Pitts has probably got the number 2 target share locked up there, and then Bijan is heavily involved too. So I don't know. Like I said, round 16, interesting round from round 16 to round 20. You're basically taking dart throws on guys that you like and you think may have a path to relevancy. Atlanta pass catching corpse being Drake London and Kyle Pitts. So I mean, you definitely want to take shots on the third passing option of teams if they're still available that late. So yeah, I like those that is a dot throw. Chris Brazzell is kind of interesting as well. Again, Carolina wide receivers have been all over the place the past couple of years. We do know Ted is their clear-cut one. Jalen Coca has had injuries history, so if he happens to miss time, then anything can happen from that. After that, who knows where the targets can go? There's a team that could be playing from behind too as well, so the pass attempts probably going to be there. So yeah, late round dart throws. I see a Jaden Blue, Trey Benson, DJ Giddens. Interesting. He is the direct backup to Jonathan Taylor. So yeah, just what do you got, Joe?
I'm gonna say, round 18, like you talk about the tour guy there. Let's say Gaskin gets hurt. I mean, the Joker in round 18 is very capable too. Of course, we like Tonjes on this show. I like him. One thing I was going to say, I thought he went undrafted, but, like when you draft James Cook, look how cheap, like Ray Davis. I don't even think Ray Davis is the guy. I think his backup is on the waiver wire, like Ty Johnson myself. They use him more. So like if you draft James Cook, you can still go get to where you don't have to draft a backup.
The problem is it's going to be a committee. If James,
it is. There's no really set. No.
There's nobody ready to step in.
That's a good thing about drafting James Cook. You don't have to worry about, I got to draft his backup. That's Josh Allen's probably your backup at the end. red zone there. But there's some good picks. I like Mike's pick too. Dontavian Wicks. We talked about him a little. Where he's going. I think there's a path for opportunity, and plus you chase the money what they gave you.
Yeah, I think he's.
And I think he's the biggest wide receiver in the room.
Yeah, he impressed me with the game. I thought the guy always had the talent. That Thanksgiving game, he balled out, and he's Mannion was his his coordinator in Green Bay. So I think he's if anybody can step out besides Devonta in the wide receiver room, I think it's going to be him. I'm not, Elijah Moore. He's just a guy that who's probably going to get cut. I don't think much. And Hollywood Brown, does he have? Joe, what do you think? I'm not really. I don't think he has much left.
Hollywood Brown?
Yeah.
Nah, not really. Maybe a spike week here and there at best, if anything.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. I mean, he couldn't stay in the Kansas City wide receiver room. Yeah, I was going to ask you, Joe. What's your take? I mean, I'm not going to probably draft him where he's going in the third round. Rashee Rice, are you a buyer?
No, I'm not really. I mean, third round is a little too expensive. Like I'm not taking him over Olave. I'm not taking him over Booker. I'm not taking him over Nico Collins.
Higgins or
maybe after those three, it's possible. I take him ahead of Zay Flowers and Tet McMillan and Garrett Wilson, but I don't know. What's the reports on Mahomes? Is Mahomes looking like he's going to be ready by week 1? Or?
They say so, but the thing about it is with Mahomes, I mean, a lot of what makes him effective is his ability to
move,
avoid the pass rush, step away, and make the big play. I mean,
he is an elusive motherfucker. I'll give him that.
Yeah, I mean that's it's people and their offensive line. That's the one thing I'm not so keen on where Walker's going. I just look at their offensive line is really not that good. They didn't really do much to improve it. The wide receivers aren't still. It's a problem. So, teams are going to be able to. They're not going to be afraid to shut down the run. And he's not like you said. He doesn't have that mobility. I don't know. He's a dart. You know what? Look. If you're playing 40, guys play volume. Everybody's going to, guys are playing real volume. I mean, they're going to have their shares because that's what you have to do. We
got one of the guys that's in the chat that was in the draft.
Jay's in the
chat. He's a good player too.
He is, yeah. Everybody's good, Joe. Everybody has a pretty good idea of what they're doing, man. Jaden Daniels and only Jaden Daniels. There you go. There's a one quarterback drafter.
Yeah, and I like that move. Yeah, exactly. He'll be able to find somebody.
He scooped up a lot of value later on.
He scooped up a ton of
Antonio. I like the Antonio Williams, Denzel Boston in the middle of the draft. There, those. That's the range where you can
like
hit on
Williams. I have Williams on my other team.
That brings me back to Team 11's build. So here's the problem. You see how Team 11 takes 6 wide receivers there, and I almost consider that like the wide receiver dead zone. So he started 3 wide receivers, or 3 running backs: Marion Hampton, Kenneth Walker, Jeremiah Love. Apparently, he couldn't have passed on third round Jeremiah Love. I guess that's understandable, but I honestly I don't even know if I'm taking.
He passed up at having a tight end. You can't when you draft when you draft 6 wide receivers, you can always start 4 of them, and you don't have a tight end, and you're going Javon Johnson and the Jets tight end and the joke. The joke who's got 3. We drafted the joke. He's got 3 tight ends that he might have. To me, he's got no tight ends.
Well, here's the problem, right? You double tap tight end, you double tap quarterback, right? In those rounds where you went 6 wide receivers, tight ends that were available: Kyle Pitts, Sam Laporta, Ty Warren, Tucker Kraft.
Yeah, Jay just came up on the chat and pull up what he said. He's exactly right. Why he's in terms on the quarterback. He's 100% right. I agree.
We were talking about that earlier, Jay. It's
You could take a certain quarter. You could take him naked. He'll be able to find a quarterback. That's not going to be a problem.
But getting back to what I was saying, like. You could like Ty Warren I still consider him in the elite tier tight end. I mean, he's not going to be McBride or Bowers, but it's within the range of outcomes for him to get close enough to make him being in the 6th round pay off. Tucker Kraft was available, Sam Laporta, Kyle Pitts. You're talking about high upside tight ends. Harold Fannin still available, and you ended up going Kelsey Andrews, who is the opposite. I think that's the opposite of high upside. I think you're talking about more of a floor play there. Kelsey is unless he finds the end zone.
I mean, you're drafting if it's a standard league, maybe okay. We're not playing standard. We're playing PPR.
And in those 4 rounds where you double tap quarterback and tight end, wide receivers that you passed on that have a path to upside. Jalen McMillan, Romeo, and we talked about Romeo Doubs being a wide receiver 3 or a flex based on your build. Now that AJ Brown is on the roster and taking away top coverage, so
since he's in the chat, I like what Jay did, especially how we talk about it all the time. Was he took Kittle. But he backed him up with Tonjes, even though he's got likely.
He can. I mean, Tonjes could be if Kittle's not ready to go, which he won't be.
Tonjes
could be.
He can put up points early on.
He could be a top 15 producer, no question about it. I mean,
I seen something. The first 5 weeks when Kittle was out last year, I think he was a top 8 scorer and tight end. And then down the stretch last year, the other tight end I've taken late too, which he went late in this one, I think 15. Brent Strange, when he came back, he was top 9. He was a top 9 tight end down the stretch in that offense. So tight end is a little bit deeper. But now going back to what Joe was talking about, me and him talked about this. I don't know if we talked about it on the show or just on the phone. I get the Bowers love, but Tyler Warren is almost in the same situation as what Bowers is. I mean, he's got downs, but it's almost a cheaper version of Bowers with the looks. Pittman gone, and you get him 4 rounds later than Bowers, 6. I mean,
I targeted him everywhere last year too.
Yeah, I mean
He's got a good chemistry with Daniel Jones, and he scores touchdowns.
Oh yeah, and they even use gadget plays. They let him rush them in at the goal line.
It's definitely a big red zone inside the 10-yard line weapon for sure.
When you look at tight end this year, tight end's deeper than what it really has been.
Yeah, but Jay made a good point. He's got the free look with Tonjes anyway.
Mm-hmm.
For week 1. I mean, there's
he's
not likely. Likely is likely. I mean, that makes sense.
I mean, I like Tonjes. I said that back a long time ago when we first started in the preseason. of shows, so to speak. But it's that system, and Shanahan uses a tight end, and Purdy uses a tight end. And I don't know how healthy. Kittle's getting up there in age, and he gets banged up a lot. Great tight end, good player, but he's is he 31, 32 now?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a lot of. Nice to have, he doesn't really. When he comes back, he's productive on the field. When the thing about him is he can stay healthy, but he's got protection with that, especially with Likely and Tonjes. That's nice to have.
Mm-hmm.
And going one quarterback with Daniels, look, the bottom for him, the best. He got all those players that give him an opportunity. Singleton, even Marshall. He got in terms of guys that you're taking, you're not. You got possibilities where you're not starting any of these quarterbacks over Daniels. And if Daniels gets hurt, Mariota's probably going to be his best. If pick up Mariota for cheap, that's probably going to be your best option. So I don't know. I like that. I'm pro that. I like that way. If you're drafting a Josh Allen, Burrow, that type of elite quarterback, Lamar Jackson. You can go Nick. I went, on the one team, the FFPC. I had Josh Allen. I didn't take another quarterback.
I don't blame you. I wouldn't have either.
And I didn't take a quarterback with my Joe Burrow team. One of my
see, Jay made sure to lock up all the Green Bay running backs.
Yeah.
Look, we don't march. He just think most likely a lot of these guys will be cuts, and you're gonna, have to use your fab anyway, and like we all do. But that's what it's
man.
We should have a chance with those guys.
I bet you if Jay thought Jacobs was gonna fall around 5, he would have taken somebody different in round 3. I don't know how high he is on Brees, but. Well, or maybe not. Maybe he likes the 3 running backs in the first 5 picks. I kind of like it too, but we have to remember this is a 3 wide receiver format. So,
right,
Jay, if you're with us in the chat, give us some thoughts on that. I'm not sure if you were anticipating Jacobs to fall there, or would you have rather had an extra wide receiver there in the first 3 rounds?
He made a great comment. He's right. Cliffy's gone. Thank God. That guy that's probably going to help their offense immensely.
Nice.
Let's see what he says about the running. Yeah, but he's right about that. I mean,
he was late. He must have been in the other draft, right?
He may have been.
Was he in the other draft? Ask him.
Yeah,
Tell us how it went.
The timing seems about right. No.
Yeah.
No.
He could be.
I mean, it was live stream, but you were watching it earlier, Mike.
I didn't see that.
I turned it on just to glance at the draft board real quick.
They didn't have the players really, so
yeah.
I didn't.
I like Brees. Wasn't sure Jacobs will fall.
Yeah. I got
the feedback.
I DM Nelson on that one draft. The draft. I told him. I said I can bet almost 100% he was team 8 in that draft, in which he was. The May draft, the one he took a Lamb, he took London, I think, right, and then Buka, I believe. I'd have to look at it, but I like his draft. You and him could be real. Get along real well, Joe. Big Pats fan.
Yeah, I've met Nelson.
He's taking Drake May in every.
I didn't want to. He was doing drafts. He was doing drafts even when he wasn't drafting. In New York last year, he had himself tucked into a corner doing all this. Yeah,
we got the. It's. I can respect that totally.
he's focused when he goes to New York, man. So, that's for sure. Looking forward to seeing him again, though. He's very good. Always like to. That's why I pointed. I didn't mention names, but that's why I pointed out some of the late round dot throws because
Who was that? Which team?
With team 4 when some of these players taking players that you're like, whoa, that guy hasn't been drafted like that, and makes you wonder what they see in the player, because you really respect.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. The results that he's got the results.
Let me ask y'all about a player that went,
and he puts his money where his mouth is with his
18.
He's legit for sure.
What is it?
Let me ask y'all about a player in 18. Even the chat can chime in.
Player
he said it was. He said
Malachi
it was
Fields.
Nelson partner with Steve G.
What does that tell you, Joe, about, they're bringing in Juju Smith-Schuster, Odell Beckham, Malik Neighbors may be out starting the year. I mean, likely it's probably you won, but does that tell you a little bit of worry sign about Malachi Fields? He ain't at that point for them to bring people in when they drafted him. I don't know what round he went in the draft. I don't know if he went late.
Well, he was teammate.
Yeah, I said.
So is 7th
I knew
round?
that right away.
Where did Gainwell go in this draft board, Mike?
And
in ours,
team
round
1.
8. Okay, he went round 7 in
but
today's draft.
he knew he would get White coming back. White was nobody's going to take him, so that's why I think he likes White better, to be honest with you. But he knew he wanted them both, and one was definitely coming back. That's why I took him. Wait. I mean, I knew he was coming back. Yeah, that's a good. Was he in the? So was Jay in the draft, or just looking, or just watching it?
I'm not sure.
I was just real birding the clues on this one. Oh,
Do they post the first 6 rounds of that draft?
Oh yeah, he wasn't in it. He was real birding. That means he was listening. Yeah, he wasn't in it.
Real birding. I don't know. I like that term.
That's what you call the people who hover around the poker table. Where you make
I'm a gin player. I'm a gin player, which is I'm not.
When they get the final table roped off, all the people hanging around outside.
Poker degenerates. I like that. Well, I'll have to use that. You can learn something from these poker degenerates.
The real birds, baby.
I like that.
Could toss it on the team name list. I'll have to come up with something to use real birds in it. Nice. Jay says you could see the board by skipping to the end of the YouTube stream.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Absolutely. I'll probably listen to it anyway. Dave does a good job. Dave, when you live stream it, I've done a live stream draft on my own a couple of times, best balls or whatever, and you literally have to be a motor mouth. Like, you constantly jabbering about what's happening in the picks, and
that's how I met you. Really,
you're giving your play
yes, I was in the draft with you, Joe.
I had Joey. I had Joey and Willie to help me out. But when you do it by yourself, Dave, I've seen Dave. I think he had Joey right on with them tonight, though. I'm assuming, but he's done it the one he did last week. He did by himself, and you're literally a motor mouth the whole time. It's a lot. You got to focus on your draft, and then you got to attend to the chat it's not easy to do. You gotta really be up for it. And I will say Dave does a really good job at giving out some information, throwing out some player takes, draft thoughts, hitting the chat, and he drafts well. He's a really good fantasy football player, and he knows what he's doing too. Yeah. Steve says I can do it. I know I can do it.
Yeah, you're talented. Joe, you're talented enough.
I could probably have a better chance of doing it by myself than with some. I don't. Maybe it's worse with somebody because you start getting into a conversation or you start paying attention to what that person's saying and you're not really focusing on the draft. So I guess if you do it by yourself, it's probably easier. But you literally motor mouth for an hour and 22 minutes. It was however long the draft takes. What's up, Iggy? Iggy just dropped in here. Good to see you in here, man. Shout out Iggy for creating the sports affiliation, giving me a platform, and allowing us to evaluate these high stakes drafts, man. Iggy, and if you guys play IDP, he is a master of IDP, and he also runs the FF7s charity tournament. I don't know how many leagues. There's at least 4 leagues. I think there might be 6 this year. I'm not sure, but our guy Pete Sandoval at BFM Pete, he posts about that all the time. So if anybody's interested in getting their feet wet in IDP, it's a great format. Short bench makes it fun. I had a blast doing it last year. Did pretty good. Got knocked out in the playoffs, but I'm looking forward to my second year. Probably be the only IDP league I do. I think if I do more than one, I'll get overwhelmed. But as I'm still learning, but yeah, that's Iggy, man. Shout out Iggy. Got to the show late, but it looks like a good board. He's also in on Justin Herbert. He was actually calling Justin Herbert as MVP last year, and I made a comment on X. I don't know if it was today or yesterday that I like him. He's one of my futures targets for season MVP, and Iggy said he might have been a year off on it, and he's definitely worth the sprinkle. Absolutely, that offense. If that offensive line stays healthy, and everybody, and they have good. We know in the past the Chargers haven't had good fortune when it comes to injuries, but if they can find a way to stay healthy, that offense can do some special things this year.
And last year, let's go back to last year. I had so many sets of Hurts and Herbert last year. I was all in on Hurts, but Herbert was free, and I was ended up playing Herbert over him.
We'll be right back, guys.
Okay, and when you sit and think about it, last year they threw more than what everybody thought. They said, okay, they're going to run the ball. They're going to run the ball. Harbaugh, Greg Roman, now Mike McDaniel. You see, I got the Chargers hat on. I'm all in. I'm all in on the Chargers. You have to like them. I mean, they're going to be good. I like what you said before, that he could win MVP. And I believe that. Think about something else. Everybody on this chat that's watching football. Herbert is almost as bad luck as Joe Burrow. They get so many. How many times have you watched Herbert bang his hand on a helmet, or he's hurt his hand out of the last 2 or 3 years? I mean, he's had some bad luck injuries. I mean, nitpick stuff, no ACLs or nothing like that, but he has some bad luck with injuries. But he's pretty durable. He'll play through it too. He's played through, with glove on his hand a time or two, but I like to see him stay upright for a whole year with Mike McDaniels, and I think they'll be okay.
Yeah, I think it'll be. I think was it Joe that you made the point? I mean, yeah, you can. The one thing about it is stay with. It's sometimes. We all tend to do. You give up. You give up on guys, and you're just a year. You're just a year early.
Certainly. Yeah, let me go. Let me take you back.
Probably that could be the case here because with the coordinator McDaniel. I mean, it's. You're right. It could happen. Really, it could be the MVP.
They win that division.
You know, as fantasy players,
Easily win that division.
we all when you
open
go
now.
in on a player, you go in too early. That's just like me. I'm talking football guys, but let's go back to 2012. I was all in on Antonio Brown. He was good, but he was not great like he was the year after. I mean,
Yeah, no touch. You're right. He had. I remember that season.
when you go on a player,
You
couldn't
could
get
see
any touchdowns
back
that
up
year.
of him.
you could see it though, Joe. That year before the breakout, he did put together a string of games where he had at least 5 receptions. Yeah.
Oh, he was great. He just couldn't get in the
Yeah.
end zone. I remember
Yeah.
I had them that year.
I had him. He was my wide receiver 4. He was football guys, but in the FFPC, and I finished 6th overall in that year on that team. And I had the Broncos stack. I had Demarius Thomas, Decker, and Manny with Jason Witten, Lay. I mean, it was just a good team. But Antonio Brown, he showed some signs. He had some games, but a lot of places were so year early. And,
that year he broke out. The following year, I made a trade in week 3 in my home league.
Oh yeah,
This was before I played. That was a couple of years before I started playing high stakes, and I traded Randall Cobb and Chris Johnson for Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown. Le'Veon Bell was missing the first 5 weeks, so I traded for Le'Veon. That was his rookie season. I traded for him before he even played an NFL game. I traded for him, and I traded for Antonio, and I gave up Chris Johnson and Randall Cobb. And I want to say Randall Cobb went down with the season-ending injury the week after I made the trade, and I ended up going on to win the home league title that year.
and that same year,
I remember that. Yeah, that's why I stuck with it.
I had the 12th pick in this, and that, like I said, it wasn't no third round reverse. I went 2 Bears. I went Matt Forte with Brandon Marshall with Demarius Thomas, Decker, and Brown. But my RB2, what really set me over the top was league winner. I drafted him like late was CJ Spiller that year in 2012. Spiller was good that year.
Right.
But I was all in. Like I said, we all go all in on these players.
And you might be a year early.
That's the
whole thing is. You know? It's like you got to remember. It's like reminds me of all the people that when Google lost money on the IPO, it was down, they gave up on it. But, there's a lot of those people. And look, sometimes you just got to be patient.
You do,
and have a little foresight. I remember that year he couldn't get in the end zone. My best friend, he told me he was a partner with me on a team. I only played like one high stakes league, not just a home league. It was and he told me, and he regrets this. He says Mike Wallace is going to be such a better player than Antonio Brown.
Mike Wallace was pretty good though.
He said Mike Wallace had one good maybe one. It wasn't even a horse race. If you're talking, come on.
No, Antonio Brown.
He says Mike Wallace is going to be a better. Come on. He was. It's just he was frustrated because we had him. In terms that happens. You can be a year early. It's just that's the way things are.
Nice. So we covered pretty much a good chunk of this draft board. I kept seeing things that I wanted to talk about, and now I've run out of things to talk about. So, you guys have any last thoughts on it before we close out the show? We're approaching 2 hours.
Yeah.
So,
I actually like Mike's 20th round pick too. I mean, there's potential there.
Jack Besh.
Yeah, I like him a little bit. Yeah, I like him a little bit too.
Tell us why, Joey. Tell us why.
We've seen signs of Dante Thornton. We've seen some out of. Bowers is you one. Will he play in the slot? You think?
Besh? Yeah, probably. He can. I think he can play both, but I think he's more he's a good separator. Right. So,
Right.
So
And like I
the
said, I
slot, the
think,
slot makes sense.
he may catch a lot of balls, underneath. He's got some potential. Like I said, Naylor, he's got a shot. There's
I mean,
really
that
no
wide receiver room is just take a shot.
It's just
It's
throwing darts
undecided,
at 'em.
really. We don't know. You got what, Tucker. You got Naylor.
Yeah.
Naylor. They probably overpaid him, but we'll see. I mean, I had one that I took him in best ball teams, Naylor, but you're just taking a stab there because you never know. It's just it's right now. It's so undecided.
Right. But I mean, they could make a trade. That I've heard rumors about Jerry Jeudy possibly being traded out over there. I don't know how much truth there is to that, but I've seen that around on social media. They could add to the wide receiver room too. So I think that's, yeah. I mean, there's
How about the Giants' big ads this week?
There's no risk in it.
About that.
You're talking about your 20th round pick, so I like it as a no risk to throw. If they don't add anybody to that wide receiver room, then Jack Besh,
and it's his second year too, right?
Could have an opportunity.
This quick.
No, he got a good profile coming out of college.
Mm-hmm.
And I know
with the Giants. Does that tell you what neighbor? I mean, they added they added 2 fossils.
I like it. that
Juju.
That was another thing. That was another thing I brought up.
That's funny.
Going back what he's saying.
Good one, Jay.
What does that say about Fields, Malachi Fields that they drafted? I mean, if Neighbors is out the start of the year, which we assume he may be, and they drafted, but you bring in Smith-Schuster and you bring in Odell Beckham. I mean,
you didn't bring in anybody.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, likely is your number one, and probably Scatterboo out of the backfield to catch some, and Tracy.
He's probably right. Hopefully, for his sake, you're right. He's
right. I agree with you, Mark. Because Fields is kind of interesting that late, where they took him in this draft.
Yeah, I've heard some good things about Fields. I took him in a couple of rookie drafts late in my dynasty leagues. I think I got him in both leagues. But yeah. I mean, I only did that because of how many vacated targets there are in the question marks around Malik Neighbors, and
right.
I thought maybe there's a chance to early opportunity, and then I like early opportunity when it comes to some of these rookies that aren't considered elite. I think I got them in the mid to late second round of a rookie draft. So you're talking, like 17th, 18th rookie off the board. And I like in Dynasty, I like the early opportunity because it gives you a chance to evaluate the player. And
right.
whether or not you think that, the evidence is there that he, somebody, you want to identify a roster clogger sooner than later. And then move on or try to, sell and get anything for it, a third round pick, fourth round pick, anything that you can, roll the dice with, on another pick, the following year. But that's kind of why Fields intrigued me a little bit. So I took a shot at him. We'll see.
These other wide receivers that's coming in, they may be working with Fields, they are professional wide receivers, even though they might not be that good anymore. But
Jay says his blocking will at least get him on the field. Steve says he's made some great catches in college.
Yeah.
So some of the sharper rookie guys I follow had good things to say about him too. So
right. I mean, there's opportunity there. I think.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about.
I think I did. I draft.
Yeah.
I may have drafted. I think I did. I draft them in my first online game. I can't remember. I've drafted. I definitely have shares. I'm not sure if it's in the high stakes or not, though. I think I went with OJ Cooper. What's his name? Yeah, OJ. Is it OJ Cooper? The guy for the Jets.
Omar Cooper.
Omar Cooper. Why am I thinking?
You drafted Cooper.
I did. So I think it might be a different team, Joe. It might have been a best ball draft or an auction. Or
You drafted Cooper late.
Yeah. Yeah, I think my Malachi Fields might have been a best ball. Where I do have shares though in Dynasty. I like I said, I took them in both Dynasty rookie drafts.
When you get people like Jay and that drafts a lot, and Mike drafting a lot, and I drafted early this year than I normally do, but the key thing for me right now, where we all play in NFFC, is looking at boards, really figuring out. And I can't stress enough how much these people that learn your KDS and watch these boards and say, okay, this is where I want to go at. I like what I see at the back end of these drafts. I think I want to be closer to the back, closer to the turn on the third round reversal. But you really need to watch these people who's drafting volume, because you can really get an idea. Okay, the first half of the draft, okay, what you're going to end up with and what you're going to end up in the second half of the draft. This time of year, it's really board watching, as in June, and because everything's going to change in July and August, of course.
It could flip, yeah. I see it already starting to shift a little bit because
especially with the early trades.
I'm not going to lie, Joe. Earlier today, I was looking at what I could possibly do from the first 5 spots, and,
right?
And I kind of like what I see there too. I mean, it really doesn't matter where you draft from, as long as your roster construction is where it needs to be, and you can be fluid, and you can be fluid with what's going on around you. But I see so crucial. I seen some good things from the front end too, from the first few picks. So it all depends on. I think so. Like if I get the number 1 pick, I think that that 4th round pick, you really could go. If there's a guy that you want, if you got, say there's somebody that didn't fall, nobody fell to you that's just screaming pick me, and you have a choice. If you're looking at the regular ADP, the choice of the guys maybe don't satisfy you, but there's somebody that you like that isn't going to make it back to you come round 5. I think that 4th round pick is going to make or break your draft. Like the board we have up on here now, that this person went Colston Loveland. They double tapped Burden Loveland for the Chicago stack
and Swift.
Yeah, well, that was coming back. I'm talking about
coming back.
Yeah, I know, but that 4th round pick, I think, is the one that you really gotta make sure you nail from the 1 spot. So just something to point out.
You figure maybe he would have taken. Took Tate, maybe he won Loveland Burden. I would have won if I would have. Maybe would have taken Williams, just to have him.
No, I've been pretty vocal about it. I'm Team Jay on this, which both wide receivers went up. Odunze went to the 4th, and Burden went to the 3rd. Usually it's 4th and 5th, but I'm still Odunze guy.
Me too. I agree.
I'm just Odunze. I've said it for all off season. He was good till he got his foot hurt.
Yep.
100%. That's early, really, for.
He's entering year 3 too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's huge.
Yeah.
Ben Johnson, second year in a Ben Johnson offense. Caleb
Absolutely.
Williams,
I mean,
Caleb Williams, another year. They're going on to their third year together.
and I say it like Jay was talking about here. That team didn't get Caleb. It's so interesting. If let's say somebody wins an overall with either a Caleb and a Loveland, Caleb and a Dunzay, or a Caleb and Berlin. I mean, you got 3 different stack combos you can hit up. I mean, it's just like Burrow with a Chase Brown or Higgins or Chase, but
no Caleb.
That's interesting combo.
Round 10, Trevor Lawrence isn't that bad though. That seems
that offense is fun. Have a piece of.
That's just a straight up bare naked Trevor Lawrence. No.
Yeah.
I don't see any. I mean, he's got the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Like Jay echoes what I said. He took no Caleb. I would have definitely taken him instead of Tate. If I'm drafting that team, that's what you're. I mean, you got to complete it. So
if you're gonna go in there early,
if you gotta
that's real early though for Caleb. Though,
yeah, but you got to remember you took Swift. I mean, you took both of those guys. You got to, like you said on the turn, you got to take you got to take a guy maybe earlier than what you anticipate, because if you're in the 1 or the 12 position, that's what you have to do. And move, and then just draft around. I mean, I would have if I'm doing it, I'm completing that with Caleb.
So you're saying you would have took him out there at Carnell Tate?
Caleb Williams over Drake May in fantasy football is a choice, though. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying, Mike.
I mean, I might have not. I mean, look, if I'm doing if you're doing Loveland there, which is what you wanted to do, I agree. I'm not saying that's what you have to do with that team. You're playing with, this is an overall thing. Sure, you want to win your league, but you want to have a team that's unique, basically, to win that overall.
Yeah, to get if this team gets into the shootout, yeah.
You got Gibbs and Pickens, that's a nice start. And then when you take that Chicago, you got to complete the stack, man. You got to you get to that shootout, you got to just, those guys go off. It's Caleb's going off. And you're not, you're not guaranteed, your quarterback might not go off, even if he's one of the better ones.
Right.
Lawrence, we don't know. That's what I'm doing. I mean, but it's it could work out for him, man.
That's the beauty of what we do,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not. I'm not saying it's wrong. Tate, I like the pick. Reed, Gainwell. I mean, he's got a nice team.
I think that's where people lose the sight. You see 300,000, but you got to get out of the $1,500 league before you can compete for that 300,000. I like the 300,000 just like the next person, but the league play is so important. Like I said, you got to get to week 14 and you got to get to week 15, 16, 17 to have that chance. And that goes not just for the OC, but the prime time and the bullet. I mean, you've got to, and usually in the prime time, you got to beat nine other teams. I mean, it's just, you got to be one of the top 3 that you can get in, or the bullet. But people lose sight of, okay, I've got to do, you have to do good in the league before you get there. And it's okay to be different, but it's okay to try to build that team to get to the playoffs. Like you said earlier too, you can still get in as a wild card at some point, top 15% or whatever it is. But
I mean, I think he could have got. I mean, he can get in with K taking. I mean, he can get in. I'm just saying it's unique.
Winning the league is important as well. I mean, you're talking about
$1,500. He could still win the, in terms of
$1,500 for first. That gives you 4 almost 5 online championships in the future, or you can convert it to a prime time entry.
Right.
If you win,
And you can't play for the shootout if you don't get out of the league. You know, that's the leagues are so
Yeah,
important.
I think that doesn't take him out of the shootout. I'm just saying that's what I would have
No,
done.
I'm not saying that. I'm just
Bill.
saying in general that.
Yeah, when it comes to a draft strategy,
You taking
Yeah.
Caleb instead of Tate. I don't think it's going to really. It's not going to change it. But
I mean, if he doesn't take Tate there, his wide receiver room kind of suffers a little bit, if you ask me. Who's he getting in round? Who's he getting in round 10? Romeo Dobbs, Jalen Naylor,
he's probably not taking Gainwell. I mean, he got the hero running, and then he got Swift. I mean,
even still, it's Xavier Worthy, Mekhi Lemon.
I mean,
Quentin
he also
Johnson.
could have taken Tate and Williams. I mean, you got the hero. It depends what you. I'm just saying if I'm completing that stack and that team. But
I will say this: that is very unique.
Because this guy plays a lot. This guy plays a lot. Joe, this guy plays. I know the name. I don't know how many.
Yeah.
I bet he plays 30.
Yeah, he does. I know.
I bet he plays 30 plus on them, so he can afford. I mean, to take. You know,
he always liked the number 1 spot too. Always in the number.
Oh, really?
Spot. Yeah.
I will say this too. That's dangerous. I've done it. I've lived it. In the bullet, I will never take 3 on the same. I will take 2. I might put 1 on the bench, but
3 is tough. It's got to be the right 3. It really does.
It shot me in the foot.
What's that?
20
stacking.
No, that's a different. Yeah, bullet's a different animal. It's a lot less guys, man. You're playing. It's a difference. It's definitely.
I was the
be a different style when I do it. I mean, I'm going to draft different. Than I would.
I was the overall point leader in the bullet, and I had Brady, Fournette, and Evans. You wasn't benching them. Week 15, they laid an egg, and it just took me out. I mean, I had a good shot. I mean, I still battled back to 13th overall, but I had a crappy week 15, and Fournette got hurt, Evans got hurt, Brady didn't throw a touchdown, so a 3-player stack.
They lose. They think they lost to the Saints 37-3, right?
They didn't do nothing. It destroyed my season. So
I'm
fine with a quarterback, tight end, or quarterback, wide receiver, one or the other. I'll not never go 3 again. I mean, I don't care to have them on the bench or something, but I mean, it's risky. It's risky.
I want a bullet. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, I scored like 2,200 points in them 14 weeks, and the person next to me had like 2,000. I mean, that team was really good, and it just Tommy Labretti won it that year. He won it, the bullet and the prime time that year.
Really, that's big.
But that's like I said, it's just tough. I don't suggest anybody doing 3.
Who won that?
It can work, but there's risk to it.
That's big. What's the bonus you get? You got to win what, the OC and the prime, Joe?
Yeah.
They give you an extra bonus?
75. It used to be 75,000. You win both.
That's nuts. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess they still do that.
Yeah, I think they do.
Take Swift there and take Tate. That's what I said. Jay said exactly what I said. You take Tate and Caleb. He's you just have to have Caleb there when you're doing that.
Yeah,
you're taking that equity. You're taking those guys early.
The Swift. Yeah, the Swift doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
you're right.
It's totally. But you know what? Look, that team. Who knows? Like Joey said, any team. The team last year that I didn't think was gonna my better. They won. Some of the teams you go in, you love, and they just flounder for whatever reasons.
And when you draft a team, you say, God, that's ugly. It turns out to be one of your better teams. That happens.
Steve dropping some news for us. Malik Neighbors was pulled over in New Jersey, but it was mistaken identity. He didn't do anything wrong. So.
Oh, God.
If he did, he can just rehab her. for the first 6 weeks.
Had that happen to my
At least
wife.
he doesn't have to rehab in prison like
Listen.
Rasheed Rice does.
When me and my wife were first dating, she borrowed my car. I forget. I think she had a 350Z and I was going to Foxwoods for a poker tournament. So I took the 350Z because that thing on the highway was a beast. And she had my car and she got pulled over and the cops didn't even go up to the window. They were like, made her get out on the car and lay down on the ground. And when they realized that it was the wrong person, they were looking for somebody in the same vehicle. So, but it happened to my wife when we first started dating.
Oh God.
It was woman. That sealed the deal. You knew you were going to marry her.
I was on the poker table. She got a phone call and she's like, I just fucking shit my drawers over here. The cops pulled me over. They had me down on the ground, laying on, with my hands up, and I was like, "Geez," I was like, "Are you serious?" So and then they realized they didn't have the right person. So what are you gonna do? Shit happens, I guess.
It does.
Yep. Jay confirms it is a $75K bonus for winning both. Imagine winning both. And out of the New York draft, one with the OC and the prime time, you win that and the overall title.
That'd be awesome.
That would be. I think that would qualify for automatic Hall of Fame status. NFFC. Automatic.
100%. Either you win them.
I would love to win the OC.
If you win one, if you win a prime or the OC by itself, that qualifies you for the Hall
right.
of Fame.
But to do it against the New York draft,
that would be unreal.
They put you on the Mount Rushmore for sure. The NFC for sure.
I was thinking about that the other day. I said I'd love to win I'd like to win any of them overall, but I said I'd like to win the OC overall because I said that would give me the OC overall and the OC consolation. I would have won both of them.
I've been chasing it ever since I finished fourth, Joe. I've been chasing it.
Oh yeah, you done good. I mean,
that was the year you won the consolation too.
Yeah, 18.
You won the consolation, Joey.
And my team was good too.
What year was that, Joe? You won you came in fourth.
2018.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
I think I would have won the whole thing.
I went week 17 without Todd Gurley too, and I was the only one that in the top 25 that rostered Todd Gurley. But I somehow still scored a 191 in that last week. So.
If I can win one of them, I really like to win the Bullet. That's the one I like to win.
Yeah, I love to. Single line
trying to hit. I'm going to play my first bullet first prime. Can I get beginner's luck?
Welcome aboard, Mike. The bullet's awesome, man. Single entry.
We'll talk about that later on other shows or something.
Yeah, no, we're at 2 hours 20 minutes. I got to be up early in the morning. We're gonna wrap it up soon.
All right, let's wrap it up.
Oh, Jay came in third in the first bullet.
In his first bullet, nice.
All right, I got
Mike Santos.
I got something. It's to look for. Look up.
You know what? Then
I got incentive now.
Third, if I remember right, Santos won it. Theo Grimminger finished second, and Jay finished third. Theo got second that year in the first one.
What year was that, Jay?
Yeah, Sando was fourth.
Okay, Sando was fourth overall.
What year was it?
2019, I think.
Yeah.
Jeez, I wasn't even born yet.
Santos won it. Then I think Lane McVay won it the second year. I think.
Yeah, that's nice.
There was one guy named Greg Link. I think he won 3 league championships already. And I've got lucky. I've had 2. I've won 2.
I got a top Jace third in my first bullet, man. That's a lot of pressure.
There's different strategies. I tell everybody that, which Jay probably knows it. Joe knows it.
Save it for
different
another show. Joe.
strategies.
Save it for another
We
show.
will.
Joe.
We'll save
I
it
want.
for other shows.
I want. I do. I want to go to bed as much as
yeah, I'm gonna go watch the. I guess I'll go watch the night show.
Our active viewers keep going up, though. I'm watching the number keep going up. It's because
we're like a fine wine. We get better as we go.
We're the only degenerates for going this late at the. No, they shouldn't say that. There's probably shows going on right now, but no, I'm hitting the wall. My voice is starting to vibrate. I'm yawning.
It's time to get off.
All right, guys.
All right. Appreciate everybody tuning in.
Thanks for throwing us together.
Yeah.
Joe's
Mike,
the best host in the business.
Mike.
No offense, Steve.
Steve does a really good job.
Steve does a great job.
Mike, appreciate the phone call today. Dragging my ass on here. I wasn't sure if I was going to jump in the draft tonight too, because I was looking.
You always got to be up for aces up, man.
Nice. Appreciate it, Mike. If anybody in the chat, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications. You put the notifications on. You'll get an alert when we go live. What else? What else we got? Subscribe to the Sports Affiliation. We're at 905 right now. My daughter still, the deal is still there. We hit 1,000 subscribers. We're getting a video of her doing, some sort of cheerleading cartwheel down the hallway.
Nice.
She wanted me to record that, as a reward for everybody who subscribed. So
sounds good.
That's we also would love to hit that mark. It's a good benchmark, 1,000 subscribers. So we're only 95 away. So anybody out there, spread the word. The Sports Affiliation. We're only getting better and better every year. We got a lot of things planned for the upcoming season. So do that. Helps us out. Once again, Joey and Mike, thank you for coming on. This was fun. We'll probably do it again Thursday night on Steve's channel. But until then, everybody have a good night. We're getting out of here.
Peace.